guess is low. If I get an 8, out my brains I'll blow. On Card Shark! And here's the host from Card Shark, Jim Perry.
Thank you. And good morning to you. Did everybody catch that poem? If I get an 8, out my brains I'll blow. Maureen Zuko of Hancock, Michigan sent that in. And Maureen, we'd like to thank Maureen, don't send us any more poems, all right? Let's open the board and get to the cards. Janice and Bettina, if you will, start loading in the cards, please. And as you can see, we have a game in progress with these Card Sharks. Our champion, Laura Crosby. Hi, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Fine. How about you?
Very good, thank you.
Won't you remind us about yourself?
Yes, my name is Laura Crosby. I've lived in California all my life. I sell gold jewelry, and I love to ski and play tennis.
Good. And you are a returning champ. Didn't do so good with the money cards first
No,
time.
I sure didn't.
Maybe you get another chance at it.
I hope so.
And our challenger is Yvonne Stallworth. Hi,
How
Yvonne.
you doing?
Nice to see you again. Won't you remind us about yourself?
All right, I'm Yvonne, and I'm from Pensacola, Florida. I attend Florida State University, and I'm an accounting major.
Good. And we asked a question. You said something about your mother's cooking and all, and that bothered you.
Yes, don't remind me, yes, because I really would like to apologize to my mother. I just said that to answer the question.
What you said, see, some of the people may have missed it. No, we don't want you to repeat it. You said your mother didn't cook too good, right? But that was not true. Your mother's a good cook, right?
Right, excellent.
Did I get you off the hook, Yvonne?
Right.
Okay. Good luck to both of you. Each player has a deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled. The players cut them before we go on the air. And the upper cards, the red cards, will be played by Laura. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by Yvonne. Laura has uncovered a queen as her base card, and Yvonne an 8. Before you can call high-low on the cards, you must first win a high-low toss-up question. Now, we play the best 2 out of 3, and Yvonne, the challenger, won the first game. So, Laura, you need this game. And the question goes to you. Now, this is what we're talking about is a very big show on Italian television. And we asked 100 women every night on Italian television. Dozens of housewives perform a striptease. That's true. It's a big hit. If it were legal here, would you be willing to do a striptease on television? How many American women said yes, they'd be willing to do a striptease on television?
Oh, boy, that would take an awful lot of nerve, I think, because everybody watches television in America.
That show might be a hit, too, Laura.
Yeah, it could. It could. I'm going to say 25 women.
25?
Yes.
What do you think, Yvonne? Higher or lower than 25 would be willing to do the striptease?
Well, I know that I wouldn't have, you might be willing, but you might not have the nerve. So I'm going to say that they said lower.
Lower than that.
Yeah.
Well, if it is lower, you'll go to the board first, Yvonne. If not, it'll be Laura. The actual number of women who would be willing to do a striptease on television is 3.
Oh,
34 lower, Yvonne. Oh. Well, Yvonne, we left off with an 8 as your base card. You won the question. You have the right to change it.
Right, and I would like to change it.
Next card off the top of the deck is a jack.
All right, all right. And I'm going to cross my fingers and say that the next card is lower.
Lower than a jack? Yes.
All right, all right.
You can freeze at any time.
Yeah,
Your
good
decision.
card. All right, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and I'm going to say that the next card is also lower.
Lower than a 10. Risking that card in this one? Yes, with a 9.
And I'm going to freeze.
We'll move the freeze bar over. Can't take those cards away, and Yvonne has a 2-card lead. Yvonne, we asked 100 policewomen across the country. If you saw your husband speeding, would you give him a ticket? How many policewomen said they would give their husband a ticket?
Well, I know I would. Do you know I just got my license, by the way? I haven't gotten a ticket, though. But if my husband got... Yeah.
I didn't know that,
I'd say-
Yvonne, but now that you mention it.
Okay, about 40.
40
About
would give their
40.
husband a ticket,
Yeah.
Laura.
Oh, boy. That's a tough one. I know I would personally, because you'd think they'd want them to slow down, and teach them a little lesson. I'm going to say a little bit higher.
Higher than
Yes.
that?
Please.
Well, I look at it the other way. The actual number of soon-to-be divorced policewomen who would give their husband a speeding ticket is 34. It's not. that 9, Yvonne?
No.
And she gets a 5.
All right.
Good change.
All right. And I'm going to say that the next card is higher.
Higher than a 5? No, it's a 2. And that gives Laura a free chance to play off the queen. You didn't win the question. You can't change it. Call this, Laura.
Fine, next card lower.
Lower than a queen.
Yes.
Yes,
Good.
a 7.
I'm gonna freeze.
Freezing it right there. Laura needs 3 cards. Yvonne needs 2. We're at sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards. Laura, we asked 100 mothers of 16-year-old girls. If you could trade figures with your daughter, or excuse me, if you could, would you trade figures with your daughter? How many mothers of 16-year-olds said they would trade figures with their daughters?
16 is a ripe age. And,
That's a good term, Laura.
yeah, that's a good age there. I'm gonna say 50.
50
Yeah.
would trade places with their figures with their 16-year-old.
Okay. I had a pretty good figure when I was 16, so I'm going to say, and my mother wasn't jealous,
You're
but
doing
I
all
think
right now,
she
Yvonne,
would.
too.
I think she would. It's higher.
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 Even more would
Higher.
trade. The actual number of mothers who would trade figures with their 16-year-old daughter is 64. Yvonne, you need 2 cards to win. Laura needs 3 cards. Do you want to play it or pass it?
I'm going to pass it. Take
Laura,
it.
one mistake, we have a new champion. You need all 3 to tie it up. With a 7, call this.
Oh, I'm gonna say the next card is higher.
Higher than a
please.
7. No! Where's the match? Laura, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very
You're
much.
a fine
It's a
champion.
pleasure.
Laura
Thank
Crosby.
you.
Thank you, Laura. Yvonne, come on down here. Any way you want to get here. That's okay. You just got to bubble down a little bit, Yvonne.
All right, my bubble is down.
Yvonne's going to go for the big money right after this. That's great. Yvonne Stallworth, our champion. You're $200 richer already.
Yes. Oh,
All set?
oh, yeah, ready to go.
Let's get to the money cards. Come on, Yvonne. And we wish you luck. Good. Yvonne, now you won $200 in the game, and that is yours to keep. We won't take that away from you. We're going to have new money for you to play with now. This time you're going to bet that money. Starting on the bottom line with $200 and 3 cards. Bet it as you will. Move up to the second level. We give you another $200 of betting money. 3 more cards. Aren't we generous?
I know, I'll take it.
You'll take
I'll
it.
take it.
Would you take the big bet if you get that? Remember, you got to bet at least half the money up there.
Yeah, I know.
You know how much money's up there, Yvonne?
Yeah, it's going to be 18,000, and then I'll double it, and then I'll have 36,000. Okay. Yeah, we're ready. Yeah.
What did you say, Yvonne? Go ahead. Do it now. Here's $200. As in the game, you have a choice of 2 base cards on the bottom level. Remember, you can change your base card on the second level, and again, you can change it before you make that big bet.
Right.
Good luck, Yvonne. We'll start with a king.
Oh, go,
$200
Yvonne.
king.
I'm going to bet it all that the next card is lower.
All right.
Go, Yvonne.
$200. Go, Yvonne. She says lower. Yes! $400 and still a good card.
Okay. Come on. Come on. I have faith that I'm going to bet all 400 that I have that the next card is also lower.
$400. Lower than a queen. Yeah! Wow. Different suits, but king, queen, jack, Yvonne, and $800.
Okay. I'm getting a little nervous, so I'm going to bet 300. I'm going to bet 300 that the next card is also lower.
Do you notice how they want to spend your money, Yvonne?
Yes,
You know?
I know, but they don't have to pay tuition.
$300. They don't have to be to it. $300 lower than a jack. Yes! I don't think I've ever seen that. King, queen, jack, 10, $1,100. Up goes the 10. Another $200. You got $1,300, and you can change that 10 if you'd like.
I'd like to change it.
Let's see if we can improve that 10 with an 8. $1,300 and an ace, Yvonne.
I'm going to bet all 1,300 that the next card is lower.
Nothing or $2,600 lower than an ace. $2,600, Yvonne, and now a 10.
I'm gonna bet 600 that the next card is lower.
$600. Big bet. Lower than a 10 for $600. No queen. Look at all those high cards, but you still have $2,000 and 2 cards to go, Yvonne.
I'm gonna bet $1,000 that the next card is lower.
There's got to be a deuce in this deck somewhere. $1,000 lower than a queen. $3,000. Up goes the 6. Do you want to play that 6 or change it, Yvonne?
I want to change it.
You want to change
I want
it?
to change it.
Let's see if we can make another good change. Instead of a 6, $3,000 and a 2, Yvonne. You got to bet $1,500. You can bet more.
I'm going to bet all that I have, all $3,000, that the next card is higher.
For nothing or $6,000 higher. That's nice. That's lovely. I think you took care of the tuition.
Oh, and my parents don't even know that I'm on this show.
You got to tell them now, huh? This fine champion will be back with a new challenger right after this. Congratulations. That's right. Need another one? Okay. You are composed?
I am composed.
What were you saying? That's going towards what now?
Oh, it'll be put in the bank towards grad school. I mean, you know, tuition is really murder. I'm an accounting major. Now maybe, hey, I'll quit. Oh.
That's super. That's nice. Ready to go at it again?
Ready.
Let's load in the cards. 2 brand new decks of cards and a new challenger on Card Sharks. Jim Osmond. Hello, Jim. Good to have you here.
Good to meet you.
Won't you tell us about yourself?
Sure. I'm a graduating senior from UCLA, and I just recently got back from a cruise in the Caribbean where I was a crew member of a sailboat.
Oh, you must be very good at it. With the big sailboats?
I was a 60-footer. It was a pretty good size.
Super. What are you going to do now?
Well, I'd like to maybe get over to Tahiti if I can work my way over there.
I meant working, but that's a good idea.
Oh, well, I'm a
Tahiti,
waiter right now, you know.
I'll lend you the money.
Yeah.
She'll lend you the money, yeah.
I got a friend right here.
Good to have you here, Jim. You'll
Thanks,
play the
Jim.
lower cards, the blue cards. Yvonne, the champion, the upper cards, the red cards. And Yvonne, we asked 100 married men. If the law said that a man had to have either 2 wives or none at all, which would you choose? How many married men said they would choose to have 2 wives?
Oh, wow. You know, I know some men who can't even handle the one that they've got. So I'm going to say it's about 40.
40.
About 40.
40 would choose to have 2 wives rather than none at all, Jim.
I think it's going to be lower than 40.
Even lower.
Lower. I don't think I could handle 2. I've tried.
Okay. My wife won't let me. The actual number of married men who would prefer having 2 wives to having none at all is 77. Not lower, Yvonne. Well, do you get the feeling that's a little wishful thinking there, Jim? Yvonne, you're starting with a 2.
Oh, wow. Go Vaughn. And I'm going to say that the next card is higher.
Higher than a 2. Yes, with a 9.
And I'm going to freeze.
Freezing right there, keeping Jim away from the cards. And, Jim, you've got to earn your way up there that way. Question to you, Jim. We asked 100 United States congressmen in Washington, D.C. Do you think 4th grade students are old enough to be given a class in sex education? How many congressmen said 4th graders are old enough? Interesting question.
I'd say 63 are old enough to get a class in sex education.
63 congressmen say that they're old enough. He says that 63 congressmen say 4th graders are old enough. for said
I didn't think
classroom.
I was old enough when I was a freshman in college, so I'm going to say it's low.
You think it's lower?
Yeah.
You think the congressman would say lower than 62?
Yeah.
Well, the actual number of congressmen who think fourth graders are old enough to be given a class in sex education is 23. Very much lower. Yvonne, you want that 9?
No, I don't want it.
Changing the 9 to a 2.
Oh, wow.
You do make good changes, Yvonne.
Wow. And I'm going to say, I think that the next card is higher.
Think so? Higher than a 2? Yes, with a 5.
And you know what? I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to say that the next card is still high.
You know, I didn't know that until you told me that, Yvonne. Yes, higher than a 5. It is...
And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to freeze.
She'll freeze. Yvonne needs 1 card to win the first game of the best 2 out of 3 match. Yvonne, we asked 100 bachelors, would you marry a girl who used to be a topless dancer? How many bachelors said they would marry a girl who used to be a topless dancer?
At least they'd know up front what they were getting. I just thought. No. Anyway, getting back to the question. No, I think they probably would. About 65 would.
Might depend on how upfront it was, right? She says 65. Jim, what do you think?
I think topless dancers have gone through the mill a little bit, and I'm going to say a little bit lower. I don't think that many would want to
You say
marry.
lower.
Lower.
The actual number of bachelors who would marry a girl they knew had been a topless dancer is 57.
Yeah.
It's lower, Jim.
All right.
And your first opportunity to look at a jack.
that.
Do you want it?
I want it. I'm going to go lower on the next card.
Lower than a jack? Yes,
Yeah.
with a 6.
I'm going to freeze.
You're going to freeze it. Well, Jim needs 3 cards. Yvonne needs 1. That's an interesting freeze. Let's see how it all comes out right after we take time out for this with sudden death coming up.
Hi, I'm Joel McHale, host of Card Sharks on ABC, and you're watching Card Sharks on Buzzer. I repeat myself a lot.
Gene Wood just asked our studio audience if any of the gentlemen would marry a topless dancer. One elderly gentleman, I guess, forgive me for saying that, he stood up and said yes, he would, and his wife hit him right here in front of everybody else. Okay, Yvonne needs 1 card. Jim needs 3 cards. We're at sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards. Jim, we asked 100 senior citizens in Miami, Florida. In the TV show Welcome Back, Kotter, what is Kotter's profession? How many senior citizens knew that Kotter is a teacher?
I think senior citizens like to stay home and watch TV, so I'd say about 55.
55. Higher or lower, Yvonne?
Yeah, I think that they do like to stay home and watch television, and it comes on, on the family hour, 8 o'clock, where everybody's still up. So I'm going to say it's even higher than that.
Higher than that. Figure more no.
Get low. Get low.
We got one gentleman out here who wants a topless dancer, not Kotter a teacher. You say higher. The actual number of senior citizens who knew that Kotter is a teacher is 38, not higher. Jim. Now, Jim, you have an interesting decision because Yvonne needs 1 card while you need 3. Do you want to play it or pass it?
I'll play.
You'll play it yourself. Do you want to play it off the 6?
I want a new card, please.
And we'll make a change on that 6 to a queen.
All right. That's a good
You need
card.
them all to win.
That's a good card. Next card will be lower.
Lower than a queen. Yes,
Yeah.
with a 3. One mistake and
Higher.
Yvonne
Next
wins it.
card's going to be higher.
Than a
Get up.
3. Oh no, it's another 3. It's not higher. And Yvonne wins the first game of the match in sudden death. Well, very quickly here, Yvonne has the first game. And we are going to set up for game 2, which will be coming up right after we take time out for this commercial message. Game 1 to the champion. Janice will set up for game 2 with the same 2 decks of cards. And Yvonne, we asked 100 single women, if an 80-year-old billionaire proposed marriage to you, would you marry him? How many women said they would marry him?
I think, well, money's not everything, but it's a lot. I think about 45.
45 would marry the billionaire. 80 years old, Jim.
I'm going to go on that money is a lot, and I'm going to say it's going to be higher than 45.
Higher than that. The actual number of single women who would marry an 80-year-old billionaire is 20, not higher, Yvonne. Well, obviously marrying him for love, to be sure. Your base card, Yvonne, is a 6. Do you want to...
No, I want to change it.
Changing the 6 to a king.
Hey, all right. And I'm going to say that the next card is lower.
Lower than a king. No, it's another king. And Jim gets a free chance to play a 4.
play
Call
that.
this one, Jim.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. Yes, with an ace.
Lower.
Lower than an ace. A 6.
A freeze.
He'll freeze it right there. So Jim has 2 cards to go to tie up the match, and he's going to have a chance to do that when next we meet on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
One of our polling groups will receive a Manners 2 plus 2.5 energy-saving refrigerator, only 28 inches wide with 2 inches of foam wall insulation in the refrigerator section, 2.5 in the freezer section, made and furnished by Amana. And some of our contestants will receive La Machine, the complete food preparation system from France. It's like having a chef at your side. La Machine by Molinex. And the Pilot Ball Liner combines the smooth sturdiness of a ballpoint pen, the ink action of a marker pen, and the elegance of a fountain pen. And Polinex Dial Massage Shower Head, the only massaging shower head that lets you dial 4 different shower sprays for 4 great feelings, furnished by Polinex. And Playboy paperback books featuring Fire and Flesh by the popular author Barbara Reef. This daring romantic saga brings to a stunning conclusion the Dandridge Trilogy, new from Playboy Press. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.